Welcome to our English session. Now we have done with parts of speech. Parts of speech. We have done with parts of speech. Now 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, and all of them. And follow us as we use those parts of speech to do some work that we have started now, using now to understand singular plural. Now we're going to another part of English that is very important, though it's also literature. That is figures of speech. We have parts of speech, but here we are going to look at figures of speech. What is a figure of speech before we look at what is on the board? A figure of speech is a rhetorical device that achieves a special effect by using words in distinctive form. I say again, a figure of speech is a rhetorical device that achieves a special effect by using words in definite ways. Figurative language is often associated with literature. Yes, we know that, and with poetry in particular. But it is fact, whether we are conscious of it or not, we use figures of speech every day in our own writing or conversation. You will probably remember many of these terms from your English classes. For example, common expressions like falling in love, racking our brains, fear fell on me, climbing the ladder of success, they are all metaphors. The most basic, very common. Also, we often see similes like light as a feather when speaking explicit comparison. Or we use hyperboles like I am starving to emphasize a point. So, using figures of speech in our writing is a way of conveying meanings in speech in fresh, unexpected ways. So, figures of speech can help our readers understand and stay interested in what we have to say. That is why we look at figures of speech. So, today we are going to start the figures of speech. So, we are going to take two now, figures of speech. We are going to start with A. That's why we are not mixing up. We are going to start with figures of speech that starts with alphabet A. We go to B, we go to C until we finish that. So we are starting with A. Alliteration. Alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is the figure of speech that emphasizes on repetition of initial consonants. We know consonants, we know verbs. So when you repeat initial consonants, that is the first alphabet in a consonant, the first alphabet that is a consonant in any word. When you repeat that first alphabet, that first consonant, you repeat that sound, that is what we call alliteration. So the repetition of an initial consonant sound. Let's look at examples. You will never put a better bit of butter on your life. Look at better bit of butter. You will never put a better bit of butter. Better bit of butter. You see that B is sounding there. That is an alliteration. Better bit of butter. So when I say, you will never put a better bit of butter on your life. Look at number 2. Festus faces the first fearful fire. Festus faces the first fearful fire at home. Look at how F is being repeated. The first consonant F is being repeated there. Festus faces the first fearful fire at home. That is an alliteration. Look at number 3. The soul selects her own society. S is repeated here. The soul selects her own society. S. The soul selects her own society. That is an alliteration. Look at number 4. Lamin has spent the golden time in grudging his going. Golden time. Grudging. Going. GG is starting, that is a consonant. Laman has spent the golden time in grudging his going. Look at number 5. Catherine prefers public negotiation for parity rather than private negotiation for position. You see PP repeated. Prefer, public, parity, private, position. That's the first consonant being repeated. First initial consonant. Initial first consonant being repeated. The sound, if you do that, that is an alliteration. You can do that. You can select any word. Lacking in this venture limits us in a limited way that we will not, that we are least to remember. LLL. LLL. That is alliteration. So it's very simple. You can practice that repeating the first consonant. The first consonant sound, you repeat that in that. That is alliteration. Number 2, we are going to take you to the antithesis. Antithesis. What is that? It's the juxtaposition of contrasting ideas in balanced phrases. In balanced phrases. That is, you have two ideas that are contrasting, two ideas that are like opposite. You balance them in a phrase. You balance them. Two ideas that are opposite, that are contrasting, that are like this one is opposing this. You put that in balanced phrases. That is what we call antithesis. Antithesis. The juxtaposition of contrasting ideas in balance. Let's take example. Number 1. Love is an ideal thing. Marriage is the real thing. You see, it's having love is an ideal. Marriage is the real thing. Do you see how the two contrasting ideas are balanced in these phases? Love is an ideal thing. Marriage is the real thing. Let's go to number 2. Let's look at number 2. Everybody does not like something, but nobody does not like money. You see that? Everybody does not like something. Everybody does not like something, but nobody does not like money. Do you see how that sounds? You are juxtaposition contrasting ideas in balanced phrases. Balanced phrases. Look at number 3. I would rather be ashes than dust. Ashes, dust. I would rather be ashes than dust. You are contrasting, you are juxtapositioning ashes and dust in this particular sentence. I would rather be ashes than dust. Look at number 4. The proper function of a man is to live, not to exist. What's the difference between live and exist? You see, that is what we call antithesis. Antithesis. The proper function of a man is to live, not to exist. Look at number 4. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish as fools. You see, live together as brothers, perish as fools. You are putting two contrasting ideas in a balanced phrase. Live together, perish as fools. That is what we call antithesis. Antithesis. So, we are taking these two. Follow us as we go on. Let's repeat what we are going to say. Alliteration, repeating initial consonant sound. For example, you will never put a better bit of butter on your lap. Better bit of butter. Number 2, Festus faces the first fierce, fearful fire at home. Number 3, the soul selects her own society. Number 4, Laman has spent the golden time in grudging his going. 5, Catherine prefers public negotiation for parity rather than private negotiation for position. PPP, repeated. That is for alliteration. Antithesis, we say, is a juxtaposition of contrasting ideas in balance. For example, love is an ideal thing, marriage is the real thing. Everybody does not like something, but nobody does not like money. Nobody does not like money. Juxtaposition. I would rather be ashes than dust. Number 4, the proper function of a man is to live, not to exist. 5, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish as fools. So, we are taking these two today. Follow us as we continue in this presentation. Share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up.